investigated for corruption. The investigation resulted in a referral to the DOJ for federal criminal prosecution. Trump's DOJ declined to prosecute Secretary Wilkie. Also, Trump's Interior Secretary, Ryan Zinke, investigated for corruption. The result of the investigation was that it was found to be substantive and serious enough that it was referred to the Justice Department for criminal prosecution. Trump's Justice Department declined to prosecute Secretary Zinke. Also, Trump Labor Secretary Alex Acosta investigated for corruption. The result of the investigation was that the allegations were found to be substantive and serious enough that he was referred to the Department of Justice for potential criminal prosecution. The Trump Justice Department declined to prosecute him as well. Well, now, tonight, we know that it's 4 of them at least. We now know that it was Trump Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao as well, also referred to the Justice Department for criminal prosecution and referred to the Trump DOJ on a very interesting timeline before they, too, decided that they would not prosecute her. In this letter explaining the actions of their office tonight, the Inspector General's office says they started their corruption investigation into Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao in 2019. Based on that investigation, they decided that some of the allegations were serious and substantive enough that they required a criminal referral to the Justice Department. They made that criminal referral based on the findings of that investigation. Look, they made the criminal referral on December 16th. 2020. That's when they referred her for potential prosecution to the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. Then the following day, December 17th, they referred her to the Public Integrity Section, which is essentially the Public Corruption Section at Main Justice for potential prosecution there as well. So this is in the waning days of the Trump administration. During the transition, just a month before Biden was sworn in as president, the Trump Justice Department receives these criminal referrals to potentially prosecute Transportation Secretary and Mitch McConnell's wife, Elaine Chao, and they quietly decline those prosecutions. What other president in one term was, efficient enough, effective enough, laser-focused enough to have 4 different cabinet secretaries, at least, referred for criminal prosecution for corruption? And this isn't like somebody writing a letter and say, I hate this guy, you ought to look into him. This is like a real investigation that was done by Inspector General, professional investigators. And what they found was serious enough that, this should probably be a court case. This should possibly be a criminal matter.